Hi everyone. The GLC is the middle-sized crossover 4x4 Benz. Basically, a C-Class estate on stilts. What the GLC brings to the party is a massive list of choice. You can choose from two body styles, the 5-door SUV, or the GLC Coupe Liftback if you want less practicality, a horrid ride and the rear visibility of a Lamborghini Countach. There are two performance versions, the V8 GLC 63, and the V6 GLC 43. Both are highly entertaining super SUVs. There's also an optional off-road package if you'd like to splash about in the mud. Its heartland depends on a new family of 4- and 6-cylinder turbo petrol and diesel engines. You get 4-wheel drive and an automatic gearbox as standard across the range, and 5 seats, with no option for 7. Newly included is the latest Mercedes-Benz infotainment setup, with a world-class voice assistant and fiddly touchpad/touchscreen control. All told, the facelift isn't a visually spellbinding one. Mainly it amounts to new LED graphics front and back and some grille tweaks, and Mercedes has successfully managed to modernize the aesthetic without screwing it up. You can choose from standard sport or upgraded tiers of AMG line trim, complete with a handsome body kit, bigger wheels and stiffer suspension. AMG line premium cars add adaptive LED headlights, leather seats, and yep, you guessed it, the wheels go up a size again, to 20 inches. There's also now an AMG line Ultimate version that includes air suspension, to take the edge off the ride quality on 20-inch rims, you understand. As per usual with Mercedes, the extensive options list is grouped into packs, so you can add lots of active safety or Luxo barge tech with one mere tick of a box. What is it like on the road? For this review, we're looking at the 5-door SUV GLC. This is just for the mainstream, upright, everyday versions. And you know what? They're the best of the bunch. Once you accept the inescapable fact that this taller, heavier C-Class estate is never going to handle with well, a sporty Germanic estate, then life in the GLC is a pleasant if unmemorable affair. It steers accurately, the pedal weights are consistent but not tiring on a long trip, and with adaptive suspension across the range, it rides acceptably well for a car in this class. It's not pillowy, not super absorbent, but it's fine. The new 220D diesel is a fine engine. It's a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel, generates 191 bhp. You can get a 242 bhp version of the same engine badged as a GLC 300D, but when the cheaper 220D does 0 to 62 miles per hour in 7.9 seconds, wants little for in-gear pace and will actually beat its claimed 40.9 miles per gallon economy score with ease in out-of-town driving, you'd rarely want for the extra poke. Much as diesel torque and range suits a car like the GLC, the tide has turned so comprehensively against the black pump that petrol models may well overtake the sales of their once unsurmountable diesel counterparts. Anyway, if that sounds like your way of thinking, then you'll be pleased to learn that the GLC 300 is a surprisingly enjoyable package, imbuing the GLC with some sporty smarts without overawing the placid chassis. The GLC 300, which develops 255 bhp, with a 14 bhp leg up from an EQ-boost electric motor helping mask turbo lag and smooth out engine stop-start. The GLC 300 outpunches the GLC 200 by some 60 bhp, and if you can tolerate the rather synthesized engine note and economy cresting at 30 miles per gallon, it will keep some junior hot hatches honest in a straight line. Much as it's incongruously entertaining to plumb such a keen engine into a sensible straight-faced SUV. Yep, you're in a C-Class really. That means, spoiler alert, that the updates to the GLC's cabin are carried over wholesale from the C-Class facelift. More technology is the order of the day. Take the new 5.5-inch screen in the instrument binnacle, which is standard across the range. Wow your friends with its whirl of submenus and digi-dials. Impress your loved ones with the touch-sensitive pads on the steering wheel. Well, that's day one. Even with familiarity, there's no denying the glitzier instruments are fiddlier to navigate than the old version was. It's a similar story with the main 10.25-inch infotainment screen. Oh, the screen resolution is pin-sharp and loading times between the functions are barely perceptible. But by replacing the tactile clickwheel with a touchpad and now touch-sensitive screen, scrolling between menus now needs several taps and swipes where once it was a mere clickety-click of the ratcheted selector away. Maybe it pleases the smartphone literate in a showroom. But out on the road, it's a retrograde step for usability. In better news, the Hey Mercedes voice assistant can help shortcut some of the trickier aspects of operating the system by taking verbal orders. Just bear in mind it's always listening. Always. Space is plentiful, both for occupants and oddment storage. The boot is a grand size and the tailgate opens and closes electrically. It's not groundbreaking, but it's a useful family car that makes good on its footprint's girth. The regular GLC isn't a memorable car, but it covers the bases needed in its class well. It's a handsome, well-appointed, easy-to-drive car that doesn't demand a sporting attack mentality from its driver. Refinement is pleasing. The new engines are smoother. All of this makes the GLC a likable car, and a strong one to recommend, if not dripping with must-have Evoque-like desirability. We'd wager the GLC will be far less frustrating to live with than the Mini rangy, mind, and thanks to its vast range, there's more likely a model to suit your exact needs. The update's infotainment complexity is a bugbear, but not one that keeps the GLC from being among TG's favorite mid-sized posh SUVs. Thanks for watching.